So I've been getting people lately who've been making comments on my videos saying that they're concerned about the market of the medical commodities industry, the flipping diabetic test strips business getting saturated with too much competition, too many sellers. And so I wanted to address this issue. So this is something that I have heard in every single business that I've ever been in throughout my entire life. Back from when I was a drug dealer, I dealt drugs for 7 years when I was younger, and I remember that was always a concern about too much competition, the market being saturated. New people were coming in with boatloads and shipments that was going to oversaturate, but yet, always this thought of oversaturation, I just kept going. And as a drug dealer back then, my business still flourished. So then, fortunately, I moved out of that dark stage of my life and became a legitimate entrepreneur. Started my first legitimate business, the Notary public business, and I heard this same exact thing. People are saying, don't let anybody else know about, this notary business, or, about how much money you can make, because then it's going to be oversaturated, and, there'll be too much competition, and it'll be, ruined for all of us. Keep this on the hush. I remember my family, they didn't like me even telling anybody that I had a notary business, because they were so concerned that the market was going to get saturated with everybody becoming notaries. Well, guess what? It's been 13 years. Now there's, entire YouTube channels teaching people about how to build notary business. There's courses, there's seminars, conventions teaching people how to build notary businesses, and I'm still crushing it. Today I've already made $500 as a notary. Almost every week I'm getting new clients in my notary business, and so even with how many people are becoming notaries every day and learning the business, my business is still thriving. I heard that back when I first started health coaching. I remember one of my friends who was going to partner with me and become a health coach as well, and start training people in weight loss. Oh, there's too many health coaches. There's too many people that teach people weight loss in the Tampa Bay area. Way too much competition. Well, guess what? I still went out there and my business thrived. I ended up coaching hundreds of people personally how to lose weight.
In a quarter mile,
one time,
use the left 2 lanes to take the ramp to US 19 alternate
I even
north.
got an entire hotel room rented out a conference room at a hotel and prospected and filled the whole room full of potential clients and people who became my clients.
Use the left 2 lanes to take the ramp to US 19 alternate
and then even
north.
in drop shipping,
US 19
in my drop shipping
north.
business, when I first started drop shipping in the beginning of 2018, a little over a year ago, I remember I joined a Facebook group because I was learning about it, and this group was the largest group in Facebook for drop shipping, and everybody every single day was posting in there about how drop shipping is dead. Drop shipping was profitable, but it's over now, and everybody was like, yeah, my business is ruined, there's too much competition. One of my best blessings in life is that I'm kind of like Forrest Gump. I don't overthink things. I just keep moving forward like the turtle. I've never been the fastest to succeed, but my brain, I'm just kind of like, and I just keep moving forward. And guess what? A little over a year later, now my dropshipping business is doing about $50,000 a month in sales. I have a whole team full of people that work for me. I have a full-time manager that runs my dropshipping business, and my business is still growing, even though there is an enormous amount of competition in the dropshipping world. There are so many YouTubers that teach how to do dropshipping. There's every day, tons of people are starting dropshipping business, yet my business is still growing. So, and now, I've been hearing that ever since I got into the phone flipping. I heard that, there's so much saturation, there's too many, phone sellers. Yet in my first month, I flipped over $5,000 worth of phones. And then in this business as well, the medical commodities, flipping diabetic test strips, hearing the same things. Oh, now I'm seeing people commenting the same things. Too many people are going to learn about this secret. There's going to be too much competition, too many sellers. Well, guess what? There are a lot of people that do this business. I live in the Tampa Bay area, and there are a ton. I could probably think of like 50 people at least that, within this area that do this same business. yet there's still enough business for everyone. Why? Let me break it down for you. I just looked online. According to the CDC, there's over 100 million people that people in the U.S. that are walking around as either diabetic or pre-diabetics. And according to the CDC, these aren't my own numbers. This is according to the CDC actual numbers, that over 30 million U.S. adults are walking around with confirmed diabetes. Over 30 million, and a lot of them don't even know that they can sell their diabetic test strips for cash. I just had a notary appointment. I left the person's house. When I was at their house, I noticed they had a box of One Touch Ultra on their counter, and so I started talking to them, and they had no idea that they could sell that for money. And so they said, I gave them my card, and they said, when they get their next prescription, more boxes, they're going to hit me up and sell them to me. They had no idea that they could sell. So a lot of these, there's 30, think about it, at least 30 million diabetics, adults, throughout the U.S., and a lot of them, a lot of them do sell their diabetic test strips, but a lot of them don't even know they can sell them. And let me ask you, how many customers do you really need? You don't even need a fraction of that 30 million. If you just had 100 customers, then you would be great. You would be good. I mean, I probably, in my business so far, I don't know, maybe between 100 and 200 customers so far in my medical commodities business, and that's and that is what's allowed my business to turn into a great business. Just today alone, I made about $300 profit from my diabetic tester clip, and made a great picked up 7 One Touch Ultra boxes at a great price. Going to make about $300. Brand new customer. But you don't need that many customers. If you had 1,000 customers, I mean, you would be set. And so, but think about it. There's 30 million diabetics in the U.S., and that's according to 2015 numbers. So, guess what? More and more people every single year are becoming diabetes because we live in one of the sickest, fattest, and unhealthiest countries in the world. So it's probably, there's probably an extra 10 million people that are diabetic, unfortunately, since that number in 2015. And so every single year, more people are becoming diabetics. And it's just growing because we live in the fattest, sickest, unhealthiest country in the world. And you don't need millions and millions of customers. You just, even just 100 to 1,000 customers, and you're set. And what's that, like 0.001% of all the people that are diabetic that are potential customers in the U.S.? So don't worry about the competition. That's honestly just a scarcity mindset. That's operating from a low vibrational type of a mindset. And I know that may be woo-woo and everything like that, but that's the truth. Like Tony Robbins says, and so many other coaches that I've listened to over the years, have that abundance mindset. Believe that there's enough business to go around for everybody. If you're just thinking that, if you're worried about too much competition, you're worried about scarcity, then if you're worried about too much competition, you're worried about the market becoming saturated, then that is a scarcity mindset, and that's, you're going to be putting off low vibrational energy, and like the law of attraction, you're going to attract poor results into your life. So for me, I don't really see anybody as competition. A lot of sellers in the area I'm friends with, I make connection with. If anything, I try to figure out how we can work together. Maybe I can give them referrals that I can't handle, and then they give me referrals, and we do business together. So let go of that scarcity mindset. I'm not worried about how many other people become sellers. I'm just focusing on me, and my business is growing week after week, month after month. So guys, let go of that. And all this. Listen to David Goggins earlier. I'm a huge fan of him, and he was saying, when he lost 100 pounds, he did it in like a couple of months, and he was saying, people were like, what kind of diet did you do, this and that, and he's like, nothing. People get so overanalyzed in their head, thinking about how they're going to lose the weight, what diet they're going to go, and while they're doing that, he's already moving forward. So take action, and instead of overanalyzing all the different variables that can happen, take massive action, and the results are going to just going to start to happen. But as long as you're sitting back, over analyzing about too much competition, saturation, those are thoughts of people that aren't taking action, because if you're taking massive action, you're not going to have time to be thinking those types of thoughts. So, I'm so busy, I don't have time to think about, too much competition, too much saturation, and all my businesses are growing and thriving because I don't worry about competition. I don't worry about how many other people enter into this marketplace, because I know there's only one George Domanian Jr., baby, and you can't. And I know, a lot of other people, you got to remember, have horrible work ethics. So it's extremely easy to beat out the quote-unquote competition. And I know that, the majority of people that, unfortunately, that buy, one of my courses or any of the courses that I recommend aren't even going to take action on them, or are never going to follow through. Unfortunately, that's just human nature. Like 90% of people that buy a book don't even read past the first chapter. So you got to remember, just because people are learning about this business, maybe 0.01% will actually ever take action on it, a very small few. And then this business has a high turnover rate. I hear all the time from customers that, they used to have someone that bought their boxes on a regular basis, but now they're out of the business. I just heard that from yesterday. One of my new customers, they said they had a guy they were doing business with, and then that person doesn't do it anymore, and then they found a new person, that person doesn't do it anymore, and so he was worried that I won't be doing this business for long, and I said, don't worry, you're lucky you found me, because, I'm going to treat you well, and, I'm here to stay. And so a lot of people get into this industry, and they don't have what it takes to stay consistent and in it for the long run. And I know that, when I see ads and stuff around the area, I know a lot of them are just fly by night, and they don't have what it takes to keep going. And I've seen this. I've had friends who got into this industry, and they were like a shooting star in the beginning. They were going to think they were going to make $1 million. Within a month, they're already on to the next flashy object. So guys, don't worry about that. Keep that abundance mindset. Know there's enough business to go around for all of us. Understand that just because there's a lot of YouTubers and people that are teaching about this business model, that understand that, only very, 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 very small percent out of all of them are ever gonna, truly take action and build a business. And even out of those, most of them won't be in it for the long haul, because a lot of people just don't have a good success mindset. So it's a high turnover rate. Most people will be just, they'll get in and then they'll get on to the next flashy object. So, but as long as you stay like the tortoise, remember the tortoise and the hare, and you just stay consistent and you follow the principles that we teach in the course and the advice I give in these videos, and you just keep moving forward like the turtle, guess who won the race? So don't worry about the competition or oversaturation of the market. Diabetes is flourishing, and most people don't even know they can sell their test strips. So those are all brand new potential customers for you, and you don't need as many customers as you think to build a massive business in this industry. So if you have any comments or anything like that, leave a comment below. I don't mean this as disrespect to anybody that there are no stupid or dumb questions. I just wanted to address this because I understand this is a concern for some people. And at one time, in the beginning of my entrepreneurial career, I did have this concern as well. So I can understand with that. I'm not, mean any disrespect or not making fun of you for asking this question. Just wanted to address this issue, squash this situation once and for all. So if you have any questions or comments about this situation, till next time, have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. Let's make it a great life. See ya.